Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap, and also please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now take a look at this. Expert denies rumor of SEC considering dismissing Ripple appeal. Eleanor Terrett, a business journalist for Fox News, has refuted rumors that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, recently addressed the possibility of dismissing its appeal against Ripple. The SEC Crypto Task Force convened a meeting with legal professionals on February 24th to discuss concerns about regulating cryptocurrencies. In the SEC meeting, the Ripple ruling was highlighted. While the meeting was in progress, legal professionals Jason Gottlieb, Andrew Hinkes, and J.W. Verre presented a document that provided an analysis of various crypto regulatory concerns now faced by the SEC. The Ripple issue was highlighted in the document to assess how the Commission had said that certain cryptocurrencies are securities without judicial confirmation, that the tokens themselves are securities, or that they are employed as part of investment contracts when the allegations were made. Specifically, it highlighted the fact that courts have not universally adopted the stance of the SEC regarding transactions relating to the secondary market for cryptocurrencies, as was witnessed in the Ripple dispute. As an excerpt from the document stated, "Indeed, when the SEC's theory was tested in the Ripple case, Judge Torres found that such transactions do not constitute investment contracts because the purchasers could not ascertain whether their payment went to Ripple or other XRP sellers. This was the conclusion reached by Judge Torres." A business journalist from Fox News challenges speculation regarding the dismissal of the Ripple case. As a result of the document that brought attention to the Ripple issue, members of the XRP community theorized that the SEC Crypto Task Force had a meeting with attorneys to examine the possibility of dismissing the multi-year lawsuit. An emphatic no was Terrett's response to this idea, which he disputed after hearing it. This suggests that the notion that the Securities and Exchange Commission is considering dismissing the Ripple issue is not true. In her answer, the journalist from Fox Business included a facepalm emoji, which she used to express her dissatisfaction with the rumor, which she believes to be without foundation. The current situation. Regarding the SEC v. Ripple case. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest that the Securities and Exchange Commission is contemplating withdrawing its appeal against Ripple. Even though the Commission has either put similar actions on hold or dismissed them entirely, its position on the Ripple case is still unknown. Legal professionals working in the cryptocurrency business think that the Ripple case is problematic because of the ruling that Judge Torres has already issued. Ripple was found to violate federal securities laws when she concluded that the company had offered and sold XRP to institutional clients as investment contracts without first registering with the Securities and Exchange Commission. As a result of this, the judge decided to give Ripple a fine of $125 million and issue an injunction that would prevent the company from making any more institutional sales. Consequently, if the parties choose to dismiss the appeal, they are required to collaborate with Judge Torres. Since it was first begun in December 2020, the legal war that is currently being fought between the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple Labs has continued to be a subject of public discussion. By selling XRP, Ripple was accused of engaging in unregistered securities transactions, according to the lawsuit that was filed during the last few days of the tenure of Jay Clayton as chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. The case has been marked by controversy, notably Clayton's sudden retirement just one day after the lawsuit was filed, and the SEC decision to dismiss its charges against Ripple executives Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson later on. Both of these events occurred after the lawsuit was filed. Throughout the years, both parties have engaged in extensive litigation regarding the matter, which has resulted in doubt regarding the case's ultimate settlement. On July 13th, 2023, however, a significant turning point occurred when Judge Analisa Torres of the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York decided that Ripple's sales of XRP to retail investors did not violate federal securities laws. This decision turned out to be a significant turning point. Even though Ripple was required to pay a fine for certain institutional sales, the ruling was a success for the company. Despite this partial victory, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, sought an appeal, which the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has now received. As a consequence of this, the outcome of the case might be determined among three basic scenarios. Affirmation of the decision made by Torres. The decision of Judge Torres might be upheld by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, which is the most likely conclusion. Appellate courts tend to uphold decisions made by lower courts throughout history. In addition, Ripple has submitted a cross-appeal that challenges some aspects of the finding, which may provide additional support for the decision to be upheld. An important legal precedent would be established if the Second Circuit Court of Appeals were to find in favor of Ripple. This precedent would establish that the programmatic sales of XRP to retail investors do not constitute securities transactions. A decision of this kind would not only bring an end to the dispute, but it would also have wider-reaching repercussions for the existing regulatory framework in the United States regarding digital assets. An agreement regarding the appeals. Before the decision is handed down by the appeal court, there is also the possibility that both parties will participate in negotiations to settle. Because former SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has resigned and a new presidential administration has taken office, there is a growing possibility that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, will take a more liberal stance on enforcement proceedings concerning cryptocurrencies. Recent statements made by Donald Trump have contributed to the growth of these rumors. An article from CoinDesk that highlighted the positive effects of the measures that his administration had implemented regarding XRP and Ripple was shared by the former president. In addition, Garlinghouse mentioned in the past that Ripple has accelerated its hiring within the United States in the wake of Trump's unexpected victory in the election. In light of the recent decisions made by the Securities and Exchange Agency, SEC, to withdraw or settle other crypto-related investigations, such as those involving Uniswap and Robinhood, there is a rising amount of speculation that the agency may seek a resolution with Ripple that is comparable to previous instances. If an agreement is achieved, it may put an end to the years of litigation that have been going on without a definitive verdict from the appellate court. The decision of the lower court has been overturned. A reversal of Judge Torres's ruling by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals is the outcome that is the least likely but still a possibility. Ripple would suffer a huge setback if the SEC were to win the case, and the possibility exists that the legal classification of XRP could be rethought as a result. Two key aspects of Torres' ruling have been criticized by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. The first is that Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP to retail investors did not constitute unregistered securities transactions. And the second is that Ripple did not violate securities laws by accepting non-cash payments, such as services and labor, in exchange for XRP.